Chelsea and Real Madrid have agreed a €190 million £170 million per $222 million deal for Eden Hazard, per Le Temps Sport. Real are interested in securing both Hazard and Blues goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois, but the deal agreed only includes the attacker. Hazard has scored 89 goals and provided 70 assists in 300 appearances for the Blues. Everton are closing in on the £50 million $65 million signing of Richarlison from Watford, the Daily Mail claims. Relations between the two clubs have been strained since the Toffees approached Marco Silva to take over at Goodison Park while the Portuguese was still in charge at Vicarage Road. However, Silva, now in the opposite dugout, is a huge fan of the 21-year-old Brazilian attacker, and the Hornets are unlikely to turn down the opportunity to make a massive profit on a player that cost a mere £11.5 million $15 million from Fluminense in 2017. Bayern Munich are close to agreeing terms with Stuttgart's Benjamin Pavard, although Borussia Dortmund are also interested in the young defender, Sky Sports Germany reports. The 22-year-old's preference is to play Champions League football, which both clubs can offer. The competition for a starting spot would be less fierce at BVB, even after Abdou Diallo's arrival. The report claims that Pavard would prefer to live in Munich, however, and the young Frenchman could slot into the side should Jerome Boateng leave, or even move to right back, freeing up Joshua Kimmich to play in midfield. New Chelsea boss Maurizio Sarri has asked the club to sign Pepe Reina from AC Milan, according to Premium Sport. With Thibaut Courtois on the verge of completing a move to Real Madrid, the Blues are in the market for a quality replacement for the Belgian. And Sarri, who coached Reina during the pair's time at Napoli, feels that the Spain veteran is the right man for the job at Stamford Bridge. Arsenal have told Barcelona that they will not meet the Catalan club's €30 million £26 million per $35 million valuation of André Gomes, according to RSC1. Barca are eager to offload the Portuguese, with the midfielder being largely unimpressive since his 2016 move from Valencia. The Gunners, who are said to be the only side interested in signing Gomes, are in no rush to push through a deal and will wait for the Spanish champions to lower their demands. Manchester City sources have ruled out a big money move for Juventus midfielder Miralem Pjanic, Goal understands. Reports in Italy had claimed that City boss Pep Guardiola has spoken to Pjanic in the past few days to convince him to move to the Etihad Stadium in an €80 million £72 million per $94 million deal. City have been linked with a number of midfielders since missing out on preferred target Jorginho, but Goal understands that a move for an established name is unlikely at this stage in the window. Check out the full story on Goal. Lokomotiv Moscow have made an approach to sign Barcelona fullback Alex Vidal, according to Mundo Deportivo. Vidal is looking to play regular football next season, and is also a target for Inter Milan and his former club Sevilla. However, a move to Russia is an option for the 28-year-old, with Lokomotiv exploring either a permanent or loan deal for the defender. Heung-min Son has signed a new 5-year contract at Tottenham. The South Korea international, who joined from Bayer Leverkusen in 2015, has pledged his future to the Premier League club until the end of the 2022-23 season. Check out the full story on Goal. Real Madrid are weighing up a move for Inter striker Mauro Icardi, according to Marca. Julen Lopetegui's side are actively looking for a replacement for Cristiano Ronaldo following the Portugal international switch to Juventus. And Icardi is part of the list of potential targets, with Inter likely to demand that his €110 million £98 million per $128 million release clause is paid if the Spanish club want to land the Argentine. Liverpool midfielder Fabinho will attempt to convince former Monaco teammate Kylian Mbappé to join him at Liverpool. The Brazilian joined Jurgen Klopp's side in a deal worth €45 million £39 million per $52 million earlier in the summer, and will now do his best to get Mbappé to follow him to Anfield in the future. Check out the full story on Goal. Juventus have turned down offers from Chelsea and Borussia Dortmund for defender Mattia Caldera, reports Sky Sport Italia. Chelsea, who are interested in Caldera's teammate Daniele Rugani, have seen a €30 million £27 million per $35 million offer for the centre-half rejected, while Dortmund's bid of €35 million £31 million per $41 million, plus €5 million in add-ons, was also turned down. Caldera has yet to make his debut for Juve after spending last season on loan at former club Atalanta, and the Serie A champions are not looking to sell the Italy international. Napoli coach Carlo Ancelotti is interested in a reunion with Real Madrid striker Karim Benzema, according to Corriere dello Sport. Benzema impressed during 2 seasons playing under Ancelotti in Madrid, and his position as a regular starter at the Santiago Bernabeu next season is under threat. His annual salary of €7 million £6 million per $8 million is unlikely to be an issue for Napoli, with Madrid expected to demand up to €50 million £45 million per $58 million as a transfer fee for the 30-year-old. Leicester have joined Everton in the bid to bring Bordeaux winger Malcolm to the Premier League this summer, according to L'Équipe. Everton have made a €35 million £31 million per $41 million offer, plus €5 million in add-ons, for the Brazilian, who was previously a target for Arsenal and Tottenham. Roma have also shown an interest in Malcolm and reportedly met his representatives on Thursday, while Leicester are now exploring a deal for the 21-year-old. Wilfried Zaha has informed Crystal Palace he wants to leave after turning down an improved contract, The Sun reports. The winger is wanted by Everton, Tottenham and Borussia Dortmund, but they may have to pay £70 million $91 million to secure his services. Zaha still has 4 years remaining on his current contract, but is not interested in agreeing a new deal as he looks to leave the club this summer. Paris Saint-Germain no longer consider Neymar untouchable in the face of a possible huge offer from Real Madrid for the Brazil superstar, reports Mundo Deportivo. Real Madrid president Florentino Perez is thought to value Neymar above all else, and new PSG boss Thomas Tuchel would use the money to reinforce multiple positions in his side. The only PSG player considered off-limits by the Ligue 1 winners is teenage star Kylian Mbappé. Chelsea attacker Willian still wants to depart the club this summer, despite the appointment of Maurizio Sarri, reports The Sun. Willian fell out with previous Blues boss Antonio Conte, so the club's officials hoped Sarri's hiring and playing philosophy would tempt the winger to stay. However, Willian has already had his head turned by talk of a move to Barcelona and Real Madrid, with Brazil teammate Filipe Coutinho talking to him during the World Cup about joining the La Liga champions. Benjamin Pavard has agreed to join Bayern Munich from Stuttgart in 2019, according to SWR Sport. The France international has a release clause of €35 million £31 million per $41 million, which will become valid in 2019, which is considered well below his market value. Stuttgart and Bayern are discussing a possible exit this summer, with Stuttgart receiving a larger fee for Pavard's immediate departure. Mexico international Diego Reyes has drawn interest from West Ham and Newcastle, reports Sky Sports. The defender's contract with Porto has expired, meaning he can join any side on free transfer, with Turkish club Fenerbahce having made an offer for Reyes. Everton are hoping to do a cash-plus player swap to land Crystal Palace attacker Wilfried Zaha, according to the Mirror. Everton, along with West Ham, have refused Palace's £60 million asking price, but the Toffees are hoping to include former Palace player Yannick Bolasie in a swap. Borussia Dortmund are also interested in Zaha, who is ready to move on from the club this summer. Arsene Wenger is the top choice of the Japanese Football Association to take over the national team head coaching job, reports the Daily Mail. Wenger managed in Japan with the club Nagoya Grampus 8 prior to joining Arsenal, and remains a popular figure in the country. While Wenger prefers club football, his opportunities at that level appear limited to China, which may lead him to taking Japan's offer. AC Milan's Gianluigi Donnarumma has been added to a three-man shortlist of goalkeepers Chelsea want to replace Thibaut Courtois, reports the Evening Standard. Courtois is expected to leave for Real Madrid once the Blues have lined up a replacement, and Donnarumma joins Leicester City's Kasper Schmeichel and former Blues keeper Petr Cech on that list. Milan are interested in Chelsea's Alvaro Morata, and while it's possible both players will switch teams, it is unlikely it will be done in a straight swap. Real Madrid goalkeeper Keylor Navas is willing to stay and fight for his place amid the likely arrival of Thibaut Courtois, reports as. While Navas has lost two major allies in former managers Zinedine Zidane and goalkeeping coach Luis Lopez, the Costa Rica international has no plans to ask for a transfer. Madrid are open to keeping Navas around due to his service to the club, though Kiko Casilla and Lucas Zidane would be likely to be moved on. Everton are targeting Barcelona fullback Lucas Digne and made £14 million $18 million offer, reports Mundo Deportivo. Digne is among the players Barcelona are considering moving on this summer, along with André Gomes, Rafinha, Marlon, and Alex Vidal. West Ham have jumped ahead of Premier League rivals Everton in the hunt to sign Croatia defender Domagoj Vida, according to Miliot.com. The Hammers have made an offer to Besiktas of £20 million $26 million for Vida, and are willing to pay much of that money up front. The defender has a contract until 2022, with the club hierarchy meeting to decide whether or not to cash in on Vida.